Person, I wanted to hit you with this one. How do you, Matt has sold, have you sold millions yet, Matt? Is it millions of songs? Okay. That's
Sure.
such a 1985 thing to ask you.
Streams?
How many records have you?
Yeah.
How do you handle Matt being recognized in public?
I think I'm better at it than he is because I can see the people that are kind of hovering and
Yeah.
wanting to take a picture with Matt.
And I'm oblivious.
And Matt, he's in the zone because normally if we're together, 90% of the time that means we have kids with us as well.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot.
Okay.
But if I see someone kind of hovering and looking at Matt and looking at their phone and looking at Matt, I'm the
Should
one that
I?
kind
Should
of
I not?
taps him on the shoulder and I go, hey, Matt, I think
Yeah.
they want to see you.
Well, that's really good because my wife will laugh at me because she finds it hilarious. Like, I'm at the point, it's because of social media, but
Yes.
there's not 99% of the trips into a grocery store for me.
Mm-hmm.
I end up, somebody goes, hey, are you from the radio? And so I say, no, I'm not. And I keep moving. No, I will.
Amazing. I'm his evil twin.
I get that a lot.
I get that all the time.
So that's good. My wife will just shake her head and keep walking to the milk or to the yogurt. And just like, it's not a big deal for them. It's just common, but she knows the real me that's a goober around the house and has many, many flaws. And so to sign something or to take a picture to her cracks her up like, they only knew. Anyway, so that's good. You don't laugh in Matt's face.
I don't laugh in
Well, not about that.
Not about that. That's other stuff.
Yeah,
I try to do it at home.
Yeah.
What is the best song that Matt ever wrote?
That's hard, and there's different categories.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite album of his is definitely the Christmas one because I'm a fan of playlists, like his current album that's coming out. And so I love that one varies in styles and he gets to play a lot musically. But favorite song ever would be one that was never released. So none of you know it.
Yeah.
And it's called Carnival. And it's really good.
Were you expecting that at all?
I thought maybe she might mention that one because that one came up again. She keeps wanting me to pitch it to a country artist.
It's
Right.
so good.
But
Okay.
that was, I think, one of the things for us for me, that was when we started dating, it was so hard because I mean, I don't even mind saying it now. Like I got really infatuated.
Yeah.
I mean, I crushed hard, but,
Well done.
Reports.
but
differ.
but I couldn't, that was the first time we met. It was a year before, and I was really attracted to her, but had just put out Empty and Beautiful and was doing radio tours and was never in town. And, I was seeing a therapist at the time, and I was like trying to, deal with being perpetually single and in my 30s and there's a common denominator, me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and so by the time that I got home from touring with Michael W. Smith and we went out a few times. Immediately I was like, this woman's amazing, blah, blah. And the more we hung out, the more I would leave feeling inspired. And so I wrote so much during that time, and then all the way through dating, all the way through into getting married. Like that's, my biggest song by far is, and I don't even mean just to measure worldly impact. I just I really mean in a spiritual sense of like the song I've seen impact people more than ever was Lord, I Need You.
Yeah.
And, a big part of the reason why that song was made was because my wife, a month and a half into being married, was on the road with me with 10th Avenue North and flew a red-eye flight with me to Atlanta, staying in Chris Tomlin's studio because I was writing songs with folks for Passion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's there a month and a half into being married to me, not knowing anybody. It's like it's like anybody's worst nightmare. Yeah. It's like the one thing you don't want to do, she had to do it. And I've always felt like, this side of heaven, I don't understand how these little sacrifices that we make along the way, they somehow contribute to something.
Right.
But I always know that her willingness to endure such a socially awkward moment for anybody somehow it made it into the DNA of that song.
Yeah.
And honestly, there were so many songs written during that time. And so like for me, yeah, all that to be said, that was a tangent, just to say that God has inspired me more through her than anyone else on the planet.
It's like you guys are on a date right now, and I feel awkward as the third guy here.